Alright, here we go. With the synthetic division, let's look at another problem. 12x to the 4 minus 56x cubed plus 59x squared plus 9x minus 18 divided by 2x plus 1. So here, our factor that we're going to use here, remember not the root but the factor, so it's going to be 1 over 2. Now this particular problem, I highly urge you to use long division to divide this. And I'm going to show you why long division is highly recommended with a denominator of factors where there's a coefficient in front. Alright, so we're going to put all the numbers in there, which is what we did here. We use synthetic division, so bring down the 12, multiply the 1/2 times the 12, put it here, that gives us 6. Negative 56 minus 6 is negative 62. 1/2 times the negative 62 is negative 31. Subtract, and we end up with positive 90. Multiply, you end up with 45. 9 minus 45 is negative 36. 1/2 times negative 36 is negative 18. Negative 18 minus negative 18 is 0. Now, it's 0 in red for a reason, because you're going to need to remember this for our next lesson. In the meantime, what we have here, these numbers that you see right here, are actually not the numbers used for the quotient. We don't worry about the remainder. The remainder stays what it is. Even later on, if we had a number here, we will not do the same for these numbers that we do for the remainder, because remember in the division statement, the remainder is already has a dividing by the divisor, whereas these numbers here don't have that. So that's essentially what we have to do. We have to divide those first 4 terms by 2. And so not including the remainder, because the remainder originally is divided by the divisor. So all of these have to be divided by 2, and we end up with this value. The remainder is 0. Okay, what that gives us is this is going to now be the quotient. All of these numbers here that you see here are going to be the quotient. These numbers here are the quotient. These numbers here are almost the quotient, and because the original factor here was divided by 2, all of the coefficients in front of the x all have to be divided by 2. That's something that you're going to have to keep in mind if you ever do long division with ugly numbers. Synthetic division with ugly numbers. Alright, let's look at another problem. Here we go. And try this one on for size. Well, you'll end up with the following. 3, 0, 0, 0, 9, 2, and negative 13 over 3. Alright, so all of these numbers are divided by 3 with the exception of the last number. This last number is the one that's not divided by 3. So it's x to the 5 plus 3x plus 2/3 minus 13 over 3 is your remainder. Alright, that's the end of the video, folks. That's all the different types of synthetic division. Keep in mind that when you have something like this, where it's a complex binomial, complex meaning there's a coefficient in front of the x, I highly urge you to consider using long division. If you did long division, the beauty of that is you would not have to divide by 3 as you see in synthetic division, or whatever the value next to the x is. Alright then, have a good night. Take care.